young people need help on understanding how to take care of themselves, okay? We've absent fathers has always been a thing. In some cases, absent mothers has always been a thing. Divorce has been a thing. Adoption, surrogacy, all these different definitions of family and how families come undone. That has always been a thing, right? But now, not only do we have that as a thing where an absent father or an absent mother can make a child feel unequipped with how to handle life and how to go through life, how to navigate life. Now we're seeing more and more parents be vocal about regretting their decision to become a parent, regretting a decision to have had children. And yes, share your truth. Your truth is your truth. Your story is your story. But at the same time, your children is going to see this message. And I can't imagine how those children feel knowing that those parents didn't want them, but just has them there. So in those households, are they teaching their kids about hygiene? Are they teaching their kids about their body autonomy? Who can touch them? Who cannot touch them? What is a yes? What is a no? Are they getting practice in asking for what they want? Are they getting practice in saying no? Are they being taught how to negotiate? Are they being taught on, how to tell when someone is lying? How to detect deception? Are these children being taught, the basic requirements of life? Because we're also seeing that these schools do not care. The great teachers that choose to enroll in the school system, some of them are getting burnt out and fed up, and rightfully so, because paid teachers need to be paid way more than they are in the United States of America. Not only do we have unpaid or underpaid teachers and staff, okay, because staff plays a really big part in forming the child's experience as well. Not only do we have underpaid faculty and staff, but now we have unqualified faculty and staff that's being highlighted and spotlighted as being, perverted or being abusive or just being in a position to where they should not have any type of um, control over children, right? Like they should not be in the school system. They should not have access to children. They should not have the power of teaching children, So we're seeing more of that come to light. And with each passing year, we're seeing more of how the government does not care to fix it. It's just continue on where the students are just being passed along. Even if they're not reading at a fifth grade level, they're being passed at a fifth grade level. Even though they have a first grade level, they're in fifth grade. So these children are not getting what they need in school. And it should have never been a dependency on the school to teach the kids what we need. Because like back in the day, they did have home economics, which was a great class to teach people about, cooking and basic cleanliness and things like that. Back in the day, they did have sex education. They did have these core classes to help the American citizen understand how to be a citizen. But these children, they're not getting that. Not only are they not getting it in school, in which most cases, that's where most of us got it. Because when you're at home, you're talking about like, the stuff you're bonding on, right? What's on TV? How was your day? The food you're eating, the family members and friends that you know in common. You're not really talking about the stuff you learned in school. So they're not even learning the things they should be learning in school anymore. So when I think about those families, those households where the parents don't even want to be there, where the parents don't even want those kids, but they're there, the disrespect, are the mothers teaching the girls about their period? Are the mothers teaching the girls about how to use a pad, how to use tampons, the choice in using a menstrual cup? Are they speaking about sexual assault, sexual abuse, improper touching? Are the girls being taught about, what peeping toms are, what grooming is? Are the girls being taught that, if you experience anything uncomfortable, you can call this person, that person, you can call me? Are these young girls being reassured about their safety and their body autonomy, or are they just left to the wolves? And in these households where the parents don't want to be there, the regretful parents that don't want to be there, with these young boys, are they being taught basic cleanliness? If they're uncircumcised, are they being taught about how to clean themselves properly? Are they being taught how to bathe, okay, front and back? Are they being taught about, the poop chute and cleaning that too, using a washcloth? Y'all, we're still in 2024, and grown people are still getting on podcast mics saying that they don't use a washcloth. You couldn't beat that information out of me if that was true. But I'm a black woman, and I know to use exfoliating gloves and a washcloth. Different washcloths for different parts of the body. But that's a different conversation for another day. So there are grown people that openly say, "Oh, I don't shower every day. I don't wash my legs. I don't use soap. I use my fingers to wash. I use the bar of soap and just roll." Like, there's people that think that's okay and that's normalized. So are these boys being taught basic hygiene, how to clean themselves? Okay. Are transgender kid, are they being taught about their bodies? Are these kids, are these young people being taught about sex education, how to protect themselves, the consequences of sex? All right. The options when it comes to birth control, not just saying abstinence, don't get pregnant, don't be fast, okay? Normalize. We need to stop calling these girls fast. Stop calling these girls fast. It's likely they were sexually traumatized, and that's a trauma response, what they're doing. Okay, whatever fast behavior you think they're doing, it's most likely a trauma response. And the onus is on the adult. The adult that could be looking and sexualizing this young girl that's wearing shorts, okay? Don't shame her to make her feel like, go put some clothes on. Like, yes, encourage the girls to dress modestly, because society is trying to get them more and more naked, So yes, encourage the girls to dress modestly, to encourage, covering your body doesn't mean you're not sexy. You can be totally covered up and still sexy. It's about your energy and your confidence. Are the girls being taught about that? The law of seduction, the laws of seduction. Are the girls and the young boys are being taught by that? The art of war, okay? The rules of engagement. Are the young kids being taught the rules of engagement? How to approach women as a guy, how to approach men as a woman. Allowing, the guy to open the door, allowing, enforcing that the guy doesn't call or text past a certain hour, to enforce respect and boundaries. Are the young people being taught these things, you guys? It's very important. And I feel like this is something that's getting slipped through the cracks. These kids don't know how to take care of themselves, because we hearing grown adults talk about they don't understand basic hygiene. They don't understand basic economics. They don't understand what to do life after the divorce. They don't understand what to do after having children. They don't know what to do after moving to a new state by themselves. They don't know what to do whenever they experience this chaotic situation, okay? Like, we joke about, calling your parent to ask them, oh, how do I, change this tire, or how do I cook this chicken? We laugh about that stuff, but like, truly though, self-sufficiency is self-care. Self-sufficiency is self-love. Okay. And if we're not teaching these kids how to be self-sufficient, if we're not teaching these young people how to be self-sufficient, we're setting them up for failure. If we're not teaching these kids about how to manage a bank account, how to operate a business, how to maintain and manage a business, how to grow a business, how to exist in a healthy relationship, how to not tolerate disrespect, how to leave a relationship quietly. That's another topic I need to do. Leaving a relationship quietly, because we've seen so many times where a woman decides that she's leaving, she's breaking up with him, she's getting a divorce, and he snaps in the moment, okay? Or a girl too, like if you've seen Swarm on Amazon Prime, it was the series where the super fan or whatever, and it's like depicted against like Beyonce or whatever, or depicted as Beyonce. But anyway, I don't want to give it away. But anyway, like, anything can happen. Like, someone is threatened with loneliness, threatened with a breakup, threatened with divorce. Because with divorce, it's not just divorce, it's loss of assets. It's loss of money. It's loss of security. It's changing the plan. The plan was to get married, to stay married. Now you're changing the plan. It's embarrassment because now your friends and family know that you're divorced or divorced again. So it's like, oh no, I don't want that. I'd rather have you out of this world than allow this new truth to be my reality. So we've seen many times where women decide to voice they're leaving before they're able to get out, and they don't make it out alive. So teaching these young people to leave quietly, not just women, but men too. Okay. Trying to leave a relationship and the woman snaps, the partner snaps, you know? And it's like, sometimes people don't even deserve your eye contact. Some people don't even deserve to have the opportunity to smack you, the opportunity to hit you, the opportunity to pin you down, the opportunity to inflict pain and injury on you. They don't even get that opportunity, okay? You shouldn't even put yourself in a position where you have to defend yourself if you know they would disrespect you like that, you know? But going back to what I'm saying, these young people, are they taught self-defense? Besides the people that go to karate and jiu-jitsu and enrolled in boxing and ROTC and martial arts and all that stuff, besides those kids, those young people, those adults, are we teaching these people how to defend and protect themselves? Are we teaching them the laws of the land? Are we teaching them to understand how laws work, how elections work, how owning property, owning land works, what a deed, a trust is, what is an LLC, what's an S, like, you know what I'm saying? Business, taxes, understanding how to do their taxes, understanding how to barter, how to trade. Like, there's so many things that these kids and young people and young adults need knowledge and education on. And it's even worse in those homes when the parents don't want to be a parent. Because those homes where the parents don't want to be a parent, they're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube more. They're looking at a screen more than they're looking at their child's faces. Anytime they're interacting with their child, it's rude, dismissive, mean, unkind, hurtful, abusive. Anytime they interact with the child, it leaves the child feeling unshaken, or feeling shaken up, feeling insecure and unsure. Unsure of how the parent feels about them, unsure if they're safe or not, unsure, should I go spend a night at my friend's house because I don't know if my mom, my dad's gonna get drunk and curse me out again or beat me up or try to sneak in my room in the middle of the night. Those parents that can't stand those kids, okay, they're looking at their children with disgust, with anger, with resentment, maybe thinking about how the child got there. Maybe the child is a product of rape. Maybe the child is a product of incest, and the parent is dealing with their own battle and own wounds with that, and unjustly taking it out on the child. Like, yes, trauma repeats itself. Misery loves company. Hurt people, all that. But don't inflict pain on the child. The child is innocent. The child didn't ask to be here. You brought the child in this world. Now take care of it. But there's a lot of people that don't want to be parents, that literally hate their kids, that express themselves in hatred towards their kid. And the child feels that. Not only do they feel that, they see that, they hear that. The other siblings see and experience that. If there's another partner in the house, another adult in the house, they're seeing that. Probably the teachers, the coaches, the other kids, everyone is witness to it. They're seeing it, they're feeling it, because it shows who you are eventually comes out. It seethes in the words, in the jokes, in the backhanded compliments, in the self-deprecating humor, in the emotional manipulation. It shows when you hate your kid. It shows when you don't want to be a parent. And it's so sad. I feel for those kids, So if you're able to provide value to these young people with good intention, with purest of hearts, please do it, because they need it. Especially these households and homes where the parents aren't there, where they're always at work, not because they necessarily need the money, but because it's an escape from the child. It's an escape to where for the hours they're at work, they're not a parent. And that's what they really want. It's not necessarily about the money. Yeah, they may need the money, but it's mainly so they can have an out. And it's just hurtful. These kids need more support. These young people need more support. It's a lot going on now. It's a lot changing at rapid change. And these kids, a lot of them, they experienced the pandemic. They experienced the pandemic in their elementary years, in their junior high years, in their high school years, in their college years, and those formative years, postgraduate, those formative years, they may have experienced the pandemic. And yes, we all experienced it, right? But everybody experienced it at different times in their life. Imagine if you were on shutdown for a year and a half, 2 years, in your formative years, in the years where you had the freedom to go to prom, you had the freedom to go to socials, you had the freedom to go to the skating rink, the movies, you had the freedom to hold hands, to kiss, to dance and grind on each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had that freedom. And imagine you didn't have those experiences, to where now you don't even make eye contact when you speak to people. When you're about to bump into somebody, you don't even have the social etiquette to say, excuse me. Like, a lot of these kids are lacking social skills, social etiquette. And I have to remind myself, like, these kids aren't being taught that. It's not they're being trying to be rude. It's like they're literally not being taught. Okay, so these young people need help on understanding how to take care of themselves, how to survive, how to thrive, how to exist in this world, because a lot of them have parents that don't even want them. All right, so sending love to anyone that resonated with this message. If you are a child, if you had an experience as a child, and you grew up knowing that your parent didn't want you, didn't like you, resented you in any kind of way, and made you feel that, and you had to do the life's work of healing, undoing that trauma, my compassions and sympathies to you. I would encourage you to keep doing the work to love yourself, accept yourself, appreciate who you are and what you're able to bring to this world. Do the necessary compassion work to send love to your parents, sending healing energy to your parent, but also enforcing healthy boundaries to where they don't have the opportunity to disrespect you, but also maintaining grace so that your guilt and shame of them isn't holding you back from healing and moving on. Give them forgiveness because you deserve peace. Not necessarily because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace, okay? So please give this video a like if this resonates with you. Share it with someone that would appreciate this message. Please subscribe to this channel. Let me know down in the comments if you feel what I'm saying with this, if you've experienced this, if you've witnessed this. I would love to get a conversation going in the comments about how these kids do need more support and guidance on how to take care of themselves, especially in households where they have resentful parents, okay? So I hope to see you next time. Bye, you guys.